What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike. Joining us again is my sister Jenny.
Hey, guys.
We got Secret Invasion Episode 3.
Yep.
Last week's episode was a little bit of a jarring ending because we were, not expecting to see Nick Fury is married, but also he's married to a Skrull. So,
yeah,
there was a little bit of a what's going on there? Did that when, for one? We know he first learned about Skrulls during Captain Marvel in the 90s, right? He didn't know about Skrulls before that, so he couldn't have been married before that to this woman. Who is she? Where'd she come from?
unless it's a Skrull impersonating his wife, which is also a possibility. We don't know.
See, now that's, you know what, I didn't even stop to think about that. That this is just like, it could just literally, they could be like playing a trick on us and just be like,
it could be either way. Either way is equally possible for me at this point.
Well, I mean, so episode 1, we had the Maria Hill. That's a little bit unexpected, came out of nowhere. And then this was another kind of like out of left field situation. Like, okay, so this is a little bit not what we're expecting.
Right.
And we were actually just having a conversation about how someone was like, they mentioned our thumbnail from the reaction last week, and they didn't even want to watch the reaction apparently because we looked confused and like upset or something. And
guys, we enjoyed this episode.
We are really into this show, and it's funny because a lot of we've talked about this briefly, but like a lot of the Marvel shows are sort of like, you know, you can expect comedy, you can expect action. It's Marvel, it is what it is, and then there's a little unique thing to each show. But so far, this show hasn't it's not confusing. It takes itself seriously. It's being serious, and it's doing a good job of coming at the Marvel Universe with a little bit more of a serious tone.
Yeah, along with, I would say, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this is one of the darker and more serious shows we've seen out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And both have had, elements of banter and comedy in them, but I would say the themes that are being tackled are much more, they have a lot more gravitas here than in some of the other shows we've seen.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot, the stakes are pretty high, and there's a lot of uncertainty, so many, who's a Skrull, who isn't, who's loyal to who, what's going on, there's a lot of unease, but right now we just, need some questions answered, especially with this Nick Fury being married to a Skrull situation. All right, guys, let's jump in, have some fun, we'll talk about it afterwards. Is that what he needs to stand in the middle of to become a super Skrull?
Presumably.
Is that the idea?
Members of the council. Now, at the council meeting, I told you I had a plan for taking Earth as our own. The only way we can counter that and claim this planet as our home is to become super ourselves. We're going to be uniquely programmed weapons of mass destruction. All of us. Super Skrulls.
Oh, no.
And while they're at each other's throats, we're going to break their backs. I'll invite you to join me in the extinction of the human race.
Oh, see, it seems so easy, too. It seems so just, not even that hard. Just because of their shape-shifting. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it here, but I mean, in the comics, Super Skrull was like the Fantastic Four powers. Mm-hmm. It was like the Thing, Mr. Fantastic Stretch, Invisible Woman, and
we saw that list on the computer of sort of hybrid creatures like Groot and Colossidian.
Yeah, it had like Groot and some. So I think that these are going to be some like alternate versions of Super Skrulls that have some like blended Marvel powers that aren't necessarily comic exact, but because we haven't even really, other than John Krasinski doing Mr. Fantastic, they haven't even talked about Reed Richards or any Fantastic Four stuff. So I don't know, maybe this will be an opportunity maybe we will start seeing some of that, but presumably the Fantastic Four doesn't even exist yet, so yeah. Okay.
Back in the 90s.
This should put Dracov's men on their heels.
Looks like they already have. This new face of yours is
beautiful.
Is that the wife? Just
I think
younger?
So.
There's a rule that, commander station and operatives cannot be in.
Our unit doesn't exist, Fury. That means I don't work for you.
That's an intriguing possibility.
Load your guns and make sure you got enough food and water, because that, my friends, looks a hell of a lot like World War III.
Poison.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day. I retired. You know, I never cared much for golf, so I'm thinking I may take up revenge.
I like how he said it. Revenge.
I just need to be sure
About what?
who you become.
I became a widow in your absence. I wept on your pillow every night. I grieved for you. You just up and vanished again. Only this time it was voluntary.
There's a little bit more guilt for you, Fury. It's just like guilt.
I don't have that information at hand right now. You two, take care.
Something important?
Nope.
Well, that's not sus
That's
at all.
fucking sketchy now, man. That that shifted.
I don't have that
Well-
information at hand.
Well,
right
Furry,
now.
can't trust her either now. You're pretty much
Yeah.
just alone.
What's she up to?
You know, the difference between statesmen and soldiers. You see, because one lot spends the war posing for pictures, while the other does all the killing. Talos, choice between having my story told in ink and oil paint, or having it written in blood. I choose blood all day long.
Yours and everyone else's, huh?
Yeah.
Brave.
Sugar in
and
water.
Well, you
Anger.
just get an empty cup.
I like a little bit of espresso with my sugar.
You want to be very, very careful now.
You should be grateful that I haven't sent her back to you in a body bag yet.
Shia,
What?
bruh. Oh, what a moment. That's awesome.
You're gonna take our people to the edge of extinction with a war with the humans.
All these miscreants know is murder.
They're at their most formidable. When they're threatened, I'm gonna tell every army on Earth who it is that's attacking them. You'll lose the element of surprise. You and your rebels will be put down like the rabid dogs you are. As you see, they will see the difference between us.
So then Gaia stays with me then, is it?
The end of time. My daughter's name stays out of your mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. He just Will Smithed him with a knife. Oh! No, bro! Oh, God!
What
Oh.
the hell was that?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You to, use your words. Say what words? Help me, Talos. Because I'm useless without you.
Help me, Talos. Because I am useless without you.
Okay.
Not the name of that owl clock.
No, not anymore. He has a new name now. Nicholas Fury. He has a rather dashing little eye patch now.
every enemy you sabotaged, an ally you leveraged with dirt no one else in the world had access to. We did that.
We're here.
At Bob?
Yeah, Bob. You remember Bob, the guy that's gonna launch a nuclear attack? That's because you were too busy riding
Bob.
We did that wave. Got any more Are you ready to go in here and take care of Bob? And then I get to say, we did that.
Busy kicking Bob's ass. Second floor. Last door down the hall.
Or Bob kicked Talos' ass and is now
suing
pretending to be
him,
Talos.
Yeah.
Nobody calls me Nick, Bob. Thanks for saving my life, Fury. No problem, Talos. Anytime.
The message has been authenticated, Captain. You are obliged to strike.
So they're just trying to start World War III.
Why don't you shapeshift back into this piece of trash and call in an abort on that missile strike?
Maybe because he's the only one who knows the code word.
You got a code for us, Commodore?
You created this vacuum. All Gravik did is fill it. Either you'll obey, or you'll be removed. Do you understand?
Is that just some poor officer they're making push the button who's like, I don't want to launch this nuke?
I'm giving you 3 seconds to give me that code, or I'm gonna aim higher, or maybe low. Give me the 1, give me the 2.
Say what again? Why is Samuel L. Jackson always at his best when he's pointing a gun in someone's face? This is just reminding me of like Hunt for Red October right now.
Just because it's a submarine.
Well, U.S. and Russia avoiding World War III, not knowing who's like gonna strike first. Like, what's going on here?
You can't even keep your daughter's loyalty. Or is she the spineless traitor feeding you information?
What is it?
Commodore Robert Fairbanks. I need his launch termination password now. You got it? Okay, now run.
She didn't get shit.
Abort. Exercise. Code word? Zachary.
Abort launch. Abort launch.
Phew.
Did she just straight up guess the word would be the son's name because she just like saw it in a memory?
Very War Games. Joshua.
Yeah. No, but yeah. I was about to say that's the other thing this is reminding me of is War Games.
100%.
Yeah. It's dark.
Oof. Oh, you're in trouble now.
Finding the traitor was essential.
Well, turn around.
No. You will look at me. Are you a leader of Skrulls? Or a worst enemy?
Yep. I was just about to say she about to get shot. God damn, dude. Ugh. The deaths so far are just unceremonious.
Yeah,
to just
I mean, Game
bam,
of
you're dead.
Thrones level, just
nope. You don't
no
even get to
one
say
is
anything.
safe.
You no last words. Just dump. You're dead, which is a lot more realistic. What's in the box? Okay.
Now what you need that for?
St. James Church, 1 hour.
I need
Those
to-
roadies.
That's Rhodey.
Yeah, well, you're talking to me.
Huh.
Oh my god, sometimes it's too confusing, man. Because it's like,
Yeah.
is that just a Skrull speaking in Rhodey's voice?
Yeah.
Man, yet again, just a very, like, good grief
Yeah.
episode. Like, everything is so, like, like, I mean, I don't want to be like, man, these reactions aren't, like, happy reactions. They're very,
But
like...
the deaths just keep flying at us unceremoniously. Just, like you said, bam, you're dead.
Bam, you're dead. Like, well, at least she knew she was gonna die. That's why she was like, turn around or whatever. And
But
she's
she
like, no,
said,
you're
"No,
gonna look
you're
at me
gonna
when you
look
kill
at
I was
me."
about to be like, he's about to kill her. And then, so it was very,
Yeah.
like, almost, bam, you're dead.
Yeah.
None of that, like, you know, talking about your philosophies of, you know, why you disagree with each other before you kill each other. And then there's some scenario that, like, oh, she got rescued. Like, no,
Right.
you just, in movies, when you're like, why don't they just shoot? Why are they talking to each other? It's like, that makes it so much more realistic when it's like, he has every reason to kill her. He's got no reason to, like, unless he has some, like, romantic, like, I can't kill you kind of conflict. His interest would be to shoot her right then and there, and he did. It just makes perfect sense. And it's not like they don't mince words.
Yeah.
It's just, bam, you're dead.
Talos has now lost both his wife and his daughter.
Oh,
Man.
and just somebody mentioning her name
Set
got
him
him
off.
triggered.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
That
bam,
whole
you know,
scene.
Talos might actually lose it now.
What
and-
a scene
and
when
go
they
crazy.
all transform simultaneously. That was a shot. That was a scene.
I was
right
going to
there.
say, because previously I had said Gravik has that kind of, like, very subdued attitude where he's kind of leaning back in his chair. He doesn't say much. He's kind of quiet, and he doesn't seem very even energetic. Obviously, there was a couple scenes where it showed him fighting. He's a capable warrior. We know he's dangerous, but he just doesn't seem like that, like, physically threatening just by his demeanor. But when they did all shifted like that, and there was 20 of him all of a
He
sudden,
pulled the knife off
that
his
really
hand.
gave you the feeling of like, oh, that's how dangerous this
Yeah.
guy is.
Yeah.
That's exactly how dangerous he is. Yeah, and
Yeah, 100%.
the only other character you see do something like that is Doctor Strange, like making like 20 of himself or whatever.
Right.
But here it's like 20 individuals all shifting to look like him because they're following him in his lead, and he can kind of just like they're at
Yeah.
his command in that way. So
which is a big sort of symbol or metaphor in a way for the fact that like they are their mission is him. They don't even necessarily know what it is they're fighting for, except that they're following him at this point. There's this repeated theme in the past couple of episodes about dogs. Have you noticed that? So last week, Gravik said the thing about how dogs don't destroy their environment and go to war with each other and whatever.
Yeah.
And then Talos referred to him in that cafe scene. Talos referred to him as a rabid dog. And then Talos and Fury had the conversation about like, what is this interspecies relationship between men and dogs? So there's this ongoing theme that I'm not sure where they're going with it, but it seems very intentional to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe the interspecies relationship is the key there. The fact that, like, dogs don't destroy their environment, they don't go to war with each other, they don't do all those things that Gravik said, and yet they seem to have formed a symbiotic relationship with humans.
Yeah, but also sort of
know?
that, like, I could see it also that, like, humans and canines or whatever, humans and dogs are both sort of apex predators that have acquired a symbiosis, have learned to live together. Like, we don't compete with dogs for food. Like, we decided that we get along better together. So it's like
exactly
the
my
metaphor
point.
there is like that the humans and the Skrulls
They've
need
adapted to live
coexist.
together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly my point.
Which is funny because a lot of these people don't necessarily disagree with each other about that many things. There aren't really any disagreements. It's more just sort of like misunderstandings. And Talos had that one thing where he said, like, no, like, you don't understand humans. Like, humans actually, like, become their best when they're threatened. Like, you're gonna see the strongest version of humans when we... So, like, you think they're just, like, these weak, pathetic things right now, but if we attack humans, like, Russia and USA will all of a sudden get along for the purpose of killing us.
Right.
So it's like... Yeah, man. This is such a good show for all these reasons, because there's so many different layers to it.
Right.
Oh my god, when Talos put the knife in his hand, he didn't even react. He wasn't even like, it was just sort of like
cool
and then
as a cucumber.
Pulled the hand out, and you and I were both cringing, like we couldn't even watch it. It was just very like, wow, this guy is not only a sociopath, but he's also a psychopath, and he's also just like, doesn't even feel pain.
Yeah.
My goodness.
On another note, we got some answers about Fury's wife, but then more questions at the end. So obviously he does know she's a Skrull. In that 1998 scene, she was one of his spies.
That answered my when question. Okay, 90s, but late 90s.
She was one of the 19 Skrulls that Talos had under his command, spy network, feeding him information, and then he said, "I like your new face," and she was like flirting back with him and whatever, and that's clearly like when they started
so it isn't
together.
some like arranged marriage situation. It is very much a like, no, they actually fell in love with each other, and she just happened to look like what he would be attracted to in a human anyway, just by the face she chose or whatever. So he's...
But then what's she doing? She says she has a gun in a safe deposit box.
Yeah.
For some reason. I mean, why would you need to keep a gun in a safe deposit box? People have guns all over the place.
Yeah.
But also, what's the story? Why does she need the gun? What's it for? Why is she talking to Gravik? Like you pointed out,
unless it's like a gun that has like a specific like that you could tie back, like that's Fury's gun, and if she kills somebody with it, he'll get tied to a murder kind of thing. Like,
something.
But why would she need a gun in a lockbox in a bank? Like, why wouldn't she just have one in a lockbox in a home?
In a home.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's obviously a specific gun or something.
Special gun of some kind.
But also Rhodey's
Why
voice.
is she talking to Gravik? And is that actually Rhodey, or is it a Skrull impersonating Rhodey? Like, how is
which
he tied
almost
up
made
in
me
it?
feel like Rhodey's in on some, but no, Rhodey would never be on it. I don't know. This is so confusing.
So many
Who's
questions.
who's a Skrull, who isn't a Skrull? I honestly thought that Gaia was gonna be like the bridge that kind of like brought Gravik and Talos.
I thought so too, but
philosophies together.
That
but
bridge has literally burned.
But
so.
now Talos has kind of been the like philosophically kind of like grounded, I feel like, and has been kind of keeping Fury in line. But now it's gonna flip. Like everybody's been piling on Fury. Like everybody's past giving him guilt. Even his wife is like,
"You left me, man."
Yeah, like giving him something to
twice.
feel like shame and guilt about or whatever. But I feel like now because Gaia just got killed, Talos is gonna start going out of control.
He's gonna spiral,
and Fury's gonna have to kind of get things grounded again and kind of be the bridge now, I guess.
Yeah.
So even though everybody's been calling Fury useless, he's Vapor, he's useless. He even got Fury to admit, like Talos said, like, no, I need you to tell me that you're useless, and he was like, I need your help. I'm useless without you. Like even.
Yeah.
But it's like now it's like you're really gonna see what Nick Fury is all about now, because he's gonna be able to play the pieces where they need to go, and
we hope so.
Do what he's supposed to be good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, stakes just keep escalating.
Crazy, man, guys. We want to know what you thought about this crazy episode. Was there anything else crazy that that one scene with Gravik multiplying? That was probably one of the better reactions we've had, because it was very
reaction heavy scene right there.
Whoa, yeah, that was
multiple moments in that scene.
Yeah, great episode. Really looking for. I mean, there's 6 episodes total, right? So we're halfway through now. This was a shorter episode, but it felt like it just felt the same length as the other ones, pretty much a kind of same amount of story. So halfway through, I would expect the back half the intensity to go up even more, and we're gonna have some sort of, I don't know if it's gonna be a finale, but obviously things usually ramp up towards the end.
We're gonna have some kind of big showdown.
Yeah, and then is it gonna be like a nice little wrapped up ending, or is it going to be something that is purposefully left open for Marvel to obviously there's always more stories to tell,
right.
But are we looking, because like Super Skrulls basically we haven't even seen one yet, but we just got a much more, that's the one thing we didn't talk about, was the whole Super Skrull. He literally said Super Skrull,
and he said all of us, all those world leaders and dignitaries and public figures who are being impersonated by Skrulls.
Yeah, so there's going to be Skrulls with superhero powers, and we're assuming at least one of them is going to be Groot, because we saw his name on the list. But if there's going to be some Fantastic Four style Super Skrulls, I don't know. We haven't even met the Fantastic Four yet, so it'd be weird to demonstrate those powers on Skrulls.
Yeah,
before
I don't think that's likely.
So I don't know. I mean, it could go anywhere, but I think that it seems more likely to me that they'll introduce the concept of a Super Skrull. They won't necessarily. We're not going to have 3 more episodes and then everything just be like that's that.
Right.
I don't know. It could go anywhere, but it's getting intense and the stakes have been raised, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening next. Guys, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see the reactions fully unedited, go over to patreon.com/JediJive. Go check it out. We'll see you in the next reaction.
Peace.
Peace.